All right, I am back with another case. I thought this case was pretty cool, so I wanted to share it. This is a case of a patient I saw who was hospitalized, who actually had a similar presentation 1 year prior to presenting this time in the hospital. And you can see here you have this deeply inflammatory pink rash, so papules and plaques, on the extremity, also extended up onto the chest. And what's interesting morphologically is you can see there's kind of like a finger-like or almost reticulated appearance to this rash. This patient's medical history is notable for a right-sided mastectomy and right axillary lymph node resection. So it's ipsilateral to the side that this rash happened. And the patient suffers from long-standing lymphedema secondary to that. So there's no epidermal change, so it's clearly dermal, inflammatory. Um, Cell-wise, from there, it's a little hard to predict whether you would think it's lymphocytic, neutrophilic, or histiocytic. So you have a reticulated dermal inflammatory rash in a patient with a history of resected ipsilateral breast cancer and axillary lymph node dissection. And that actually is, I shouldn't say pathognomonic because it's hard to render this diagnosis, but could be compatible with this diagnosis. And this is a hard one, but this is actually intravascular or intravascular histiocytosis, or also known as intralymphatic histiocytosis. And this is a very rare entity. This is only the second time I've seen this case. And it commonly occurs in two populations. One is patients with rheumatoid arthritis who've had a knee replacement, and two, patients with breast cancer who have had breast reduction or mastectomy, breast cancer surgery with axillary lymph node dissection. And the theory is that the lymphatic channels are disrupted and they kind of try to regenerate. And when they do so, histiocytes come into them and give them this inflammatory um, rash. And interestingly, it usually has kind of this finger-like reticulated look to it. Can mimic cellulitis, which is what this patient was being treated for. Typically, you can calm it down acutely with a 1, 2, or 3 week course of corticosteroids. And if needed to treat it long term, TNF inhibitors can be applied, which makes sense because it's a histiocytic pathology, so it will calm that down. So this is a very rare entity that I saw recently on inpatient consults and thought it would be cool to share.